All right, what's going on, guys? If you guys want to see how I turn my grandpa looking truck into this absolute unit, keep watching.
There's somewhere to be every night of the week. Seems God ain't close as he used to be.
So getting straight into it, the lift kit I used was a 4-inch lift kit from Rough Country. It came with front leaf springs, it came with shocks, it came with drop down brackets for the pivot points on the axles. It came with the drop down pitman arm. It came with the blocks for the back, shocks, and U-bolts, and I think that's it. But it ended up lifting my truck, I think, almost 5.5 inches. I don't know if my leaf springs were just sagging lower than they were from factory, but it was almost like, it was pretty much like 5.5 inches. All right, so one thing I didn't take into consideration when doing this lift kit is that everything on this truck was super old. All the suspension components were worn out and needed to be replaced. So I'm talking about, for the front, I'm gonna break down what I did to install the kit, and I'm gonna tell you guys all the parts that I need to replace. So the parts that I need to replace that aren't directly correlated to the lift kit are my tie rods, and then my shackle bushings, which are up here, and the kit comes with new leaf spring bushings right here. And then I need to replace the pivot point bushings, which are here. And I think that was it for the front. My ball joints were good, and yeah. So when I did the lift kit, there was a couple of other parts that I needed to get in order to finish it. So the first thing was, which was the most important one, was extended brake lines. I got mine from Skyjacker. They were like, these like 140, and this is what they look like. The driver's side connects there like normal, and then I had to need to get copper washers because the one in the kit weren't the right size. And then it comes with this zip tie to tie it down to the shock, and then it comes with this brake line right here and this block right here. It's a 3-way. So I mean, this is how I decided to mount mine. I still have to make like a strap so this doesn't it doesn't really move, but I need to just make a strap so that it holds down there. And this passenger side was a little more straightforward. It was just, really just plug and play. Connects there and it goes there. The original brake lines would have fit if you just turn your wheel left to right. They work, but as soon as if you were to go over a bump or something and there's flexion and the tire gets farther away from the frame, it was definitely gonna snap. So that's why I needed to get new ones. And I still haven't gotten my extended sway bar links. So you can keep the thick bar that goes through the center for the front and the back for the sway bar, but you need the extended links that go up and down. I think those are $100 for the front one and the back one for both. That truck, for whatever reason, it didn't come with these OEM 2-inch blocks, so I didn't have that. And so this leaf spring right here, it was just resting on the axle, and then it had some helper springs on top. So when I tried putting these blocks on, it was like squatted basically. So I had to get those first, and then so this is a 2-inch block that it should have been there from the factory, and this is a 3-inch block that they provide for you. And then that block has a built-in pivot angle. So you put the smallest side on the front and the bigger side in the back, so it tilts the axle up a little bit so that you get the right pinion angle. So when I did the lift, I let it sit for like 2 weeks, and I think the suspension kind of just settled a little bit. I noticed that after I did the lift, the top of the wheel is sticking out on both sides, and so that's kind of what the drop down brackets are for, to help fight that, but it still had quite a bit of a positive camber. So when I took it to the alignment shop, so what the guy told me is that he didn't recommend fixing the camber that day because he recommended me to drive the truck between 1,000 and 1,500 miles so that the suspension really settles in, and then take it to them, and that way they can adjust the camber. Because if they were to do it that day and the suspension settles, then it's going to be all out of whack. So once I drive it that amount of miles, what they do is that it's a camber bushing, and it looks like this. It's right here. So once the suspension breaks in, I'm gonna buy a camber bushing that's adjustable more than what my camber is. So I think my camber is like 2, so I'll probably get one that's slightly more. And this is what they would change right here in order to fix the camber. Right here. So the more I drive it, I'm assuming, and the more this will correct itself. But then once I take it to the alignment shop, I'll get a camber bushing that's more than 2.3. And from what I've heard on the internet, in order for these trucks to get aligned properly, I mean, even the alignment shop will tell you, like, everything on the front suspension has to be tight. Like all your bushings, your tie rods, those pivot bushings, the leaf spring bushings, the shackle bushings, your ball joints, your wheel bearings, all that has to be in working order in order for them to align it properly, in order for that alignment to stick. I think I covered all the important things on the lift kit. In case you guys don't know, this is my 1993 f250. It has a 5.8, it has a 5-speed 4x4, and I painted it myself on my driveway, which is right here. It didn't come out perfect, but like for the first time painting a truck, it came out a lot better than I expected. Things that I'll be working on and making videos on is I'm gonna do the headliner. I already have it, I just have to stick it on. I have the cardboard piece and I have to spray the adhesive. I have the fabric and just put that on, and then put all the plastics back together. And then I still don't have the door panels, but then I need to paint the gas caps, and I need to find myself a tailgate. So like I said, I still have a bunch of more things I have to do to it. I'm gonna keep making videos on this one. And then also, I need to start putting my 1973 F100 back together, which is right here. This is it right here. I did a Crown Vic front swap on it. And I put an Explorer 8.8 rear end. I think it has 410 gears. I started doing a C-notch. But I have to start putting this thing back together soon, so.
There's somewhere to be every night of the week. Seems God ain't close as he used to be. And there's more tequila in this old town than pines in Tennessee. I ain't the man I thought I'd be. And these neon lights that keep me up got me thinking maybe more